Tonight, the church where a Spokane Valley pastor preached for 40 years is preparing to say goodbye. Pastor Scott Creach will be remembered Monday in the church he founded 5 days after he was shot and killed by a Spokane Valley police officer.
He would say, "Forgive the man." He would not hold a grudge. He's a very fair-minded man.
Tonight, his congregation and his family are speaking out, and so is the Spokane County Sheriff, whose officer fired that fatal shot. Spokane County Sheriff Ozzie Knezovich is not one to hold his tongue. Tonight, 2 days after one of his officers shot Pastor Scott Creach in the parking lot of Creach's business, the sheriff is responding to criticism of his officers and taking the time to pass along his condolences to the Creach family. KXLY4 Sally Showman live at the Spokane Valley Police State office right now. Sally, it's unusual to hear from law enforcement so soon after an officer-involved shooting.
Yeah, Dave, Sheriff Knezovich tells me in his time in office there have been 4 other officer-involved shootings, but none have drawn the interest or the questions that this one has. In fact, he's never spoken within days of any of the other shootings. He tells me he did it today because he wants to step out in front and let the community know there will be answers. Slowly they will come, but there will be answers, he promises.
I think it's important that leaders stand up and that they speak to the community.
Surrounded by members of Spokane Police Department, Sheriff's Office, and the Mayor of Spokane Valley, Sheriff Knezovich attempted to reassure the community.
This has been an unfortunate loss for our community, and as always, we will look into it, and you will have all the facts surrounding this event.
Thus far, very little information has been released about the facts of what led up to the fatal shot fired by one of Sheriff Knezovich's deputies. Per protocol, the officer involved in a shooting is not even interviewed by the investigating agency until 48 hours after the incident.
I think it's way too soon to speculate as to what happened.
With very little information being released, the public is voicing growing concern about how things were handled Wednesday night and how a 74-year-old pastor could be shot in the parking lot of his own business. On our website, one story has nearly 300 comments, many critical of the department in general and its response to the shooting. Although the sheriff says he can't address specific concerns, he vowed to bring all of the facts forward in time.
We do our best to protect the public, and there's no police officer out there that ever goes to work with the intent of hurting one of the citizens they have sworn to protect.
Sheriff Knezovich wanted to make it very clear this afternoon there will be answers for the community and for Scott Creach's family.
I want to express to the family of Wayne Creach our sorrow for their loss.
Now, one specific concern that Scott Creach's family has voiced is that they believe not enough effort was made to help Creach after the shooting. According to an incident report released today by Spokane Valley Fire Department, there were firefighters on scene performing CPR within 4 minutes of the call. Live in Spokane Valley tonight, Sally Showman, KXLY4 HD News.